يا راغبا في كل علم نافع.
ينمو العلم ويتقدم بتقنياته ومجالاته، ومعه نطور أدواتنا في تقديم العلم الشرعي. أكاديمية
زاد أكاديمية ينبوعها صاف ليروي غلة الظمآن، ومكارم الأخلاق ندرسها معا، أدب وتربية على الإحسان. بشرى لنا زاد أكاديمية للعلم كالأزهار في البستان.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Continuing with the etiquettes to be observed, part of the Islamic education level 3, and we were talking about the Masjid, the houses of Allah, and to exalt it, and part of that exaltation is to have these etiquettes to be established for those who come to the masjid, for maintaining the masjid, for the people of the masjid. And this is something very important. And the more the person exalt what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exalt by observing these etiquettes, the more the person is blessed in rewards and steadfastness and all kinds of goodness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So one of these etiquettes related to the masjid is with regards to the people of the masjid, those who are in the masjid, and to respect them, not to harm them. One of which is that you don't walk in front of someone that is making salah in the masjid. And the Prophet ﷺ, he said in the authentic hadith, لو يعلم المار بين يدي المصلي. If the one that is passing by in front of the person making salah, ماذا عليه, what's against him if he do so, لكان أن يقف 40 خيرا له من أن يمر بين يديه. That he would rather stand for 40, whether it's 40 days, 40 years, 40 months, better for him than to pass in front of a person making salah. And this comes with the hukm and the rulings of matter of a sutra and a person praying to something versus someone that would walk in front of them. But the hadith has a severe warning in it. You know, a person has to be patient and don't be in haste and walking in front of someone that is making salah. And if you know what's happening, if you do this, you would wait for 40, as the Prophet ﷺ, he said. And especially if the person making salah, he has a sutra, something that he prays to, then it's not permissible to walk in front of him. And what is meant by that is what the person would need, if a person walks after not just one's place of sujood, but in a way that whoever sees him, he sees that he's not walking in front of the person making salah. Something to be known by the people watching this, by the urfa, by what is known to be, he's not walking in front of him, he's just walking. So this is something to be observed. And if a woman walks in front of a man while he's making salah, that breaks his salah. And the same thing if it's a donkey, if it's a dog. And this is something that the Prophet ﷺ, he said in the authentic hadith, إِذَا قَامَ أَحَدُكُمْ يُصَلِّ فَإِنَّهُ يَسْتُرُهُ إِذَا كَانَ بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ مِثْلُ آخِرَةِ الرَّحْلِ. If one of you is standing and making the salah, what will be the sutra for him is like the end of the rahl, or when a person is mounting on a camel, which is something as long as an arm length to be coming from the ground up. If there's nothing else like this, then the person, if someone walks in front of him, it breaks his salah. So, and the Prophet ﷺ, when he talked about the dog being, the black dog is shaitan, is devil, and he said that breaks the salah of a person, the donkey, the woman, and the black dog. And this is not as some would understand that the Prophet ﷺ is making similarities here or equality here, but it just stating the things that breaks the person's salah. So this is as stated by the Prophet ﷺ. So to observe this, to get the ruling of it, when a person prays, he should pray to a sutra, whether it's a pillar, whether it's a human being or whatever, and people should not cut one's salah, what's between him and his place of sujood, and a little more afterwards. One of the etiquettes to be observed is that the person does not raise his voice while he's reciting Quran or Hadith or so, unless there's a need for it, right? So if people are making their ibadah, each one is yunadi rabbah, as the Prophet ﷺ said in the authentic hadith. When people start to raise their voice with the recitation of the Quran, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, إِنَّ الْمُصَلِّ يُنَادِي رَبَّهُ فَلْيَنْظُرْ بِمَا يُنَادِي. The person, when he is in salah, he is having that secret talk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so let him look of what he's saying. فَلَا يَجْهَرْ بَعْضُكُمْ عَلَى بَعْضٍ بِالْقُرْآنِ. So therefore no one should raise his voice over his brother with the Quran. So people then raising their voices in the Quran disturbs one another. Someone reading Quran, he should keep it to himself, with the tongue moving, with the vocal cords are moving, but without anyone next to him would hear what he's reciting, so that they would not causing disturbance to others. One of the things also to be observed towards the people of the masjid, not to harm them with a smell, whether it's eating garlic or onions or the like of this, those who smoke or whatever. And the Prophet ﷺ, he said, "Man akala min hadihi shajara," whoever eats from this tree, referring to the garlic, فَلَا يَقْرَبَنَّ مَسْجِدَنَا, he should not come close to our masjid, he should not come to our masjid. وَلَا يُؤْذِينَ بِرِيحِ الثُّومِ, and he should not harm us with the smell of the garlic, and especially if it's not cooked. So if someone happened that he ate something like this, then he should stay home and not come to the masjid, as the Prophet ﷺ stated. And that comes with that, as the ulama, they say, anything that has a bad smell. You know, smoking cigarettes, which is haram anyway. So things of that nature. Also, one of the things that, and sometimes people, they have certain jobs and occupation that causes their body to smell or have a bad smell. It's not like it's haram job, but to come to the masjid, a person should adorn himself and not to cause harm to people with a bad smell. Also, one of the things to be observed towards the people of the masjid, not to harm them with spitting or with making the voice of spitting and things of that nature, and especially if it falls into the masjid, where the Prophet ﷺ said, "Al-buzaqu fil masjid khati'ah." This is a sinful act to spit in the masjid, and the kafara of it is to bury it, as the masajid used to be earth, there's no carpet, so to bury it if that happens. And of course in the carpet, this makes it very difficult for the people to observe something that would cause harm to the people so much. And of course someone, if he has to do this in a tissue or something of the like of that nature. Also, one of the things to be observed is not to put one's shoes in a place where it harms the Muslims. So in general, anything that causes harm to the people of the masjid, this is something that is forbidden, as basically on the way for them to enter the masjid, where people might slip and fall as a result of this. And the Prophet ﷺ, he said, إِذَا صَلَّ أَحَدُكُمْ فَخَلَعَ عَلَيْهِ فَلَا يُؤْذِي بِهِمَا أَحَدًا. If one of you took his shoes in the salah, he should not harm anyone with it. لِيَجْعَلْهُمَا بَيْنَ رِجْلَيْهِ أَوْ لِيُصَلِّ فِيهِمَا. To make him to make his shoes between his foot, or to pray in them. And again, if this is something that is allowed in the houses of Allah. So if not, then if they have a place for people to put their shoes in, then they should respect that, and they should have their shoes in that place and not to cause harm to the people. So this is some of the etiquettes of the masajid with regards to the masjid in general, to the people going to the masjid, to those who are present in the masjid. And these etiquettes and more is to be observed as part of ourselves, to conduct ourselves, and our children also to learn, so that we seek rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to observe what is best according to the way of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. We'll continue inshallah ta'ala with more of these etiquettes. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
يا راغبا في كل علم نافع
ينمو العلم ويتقدم بتقنياته ومجالاته، ومعه نطور أدواتنا في تقديم العلم الشرعي. أكاديمية زاد
أكاديمية ينبوعها صاف ليروي غلة الظمآن، ومكارم الأخلاق ندرسها معا، أدب وتربية على الإحسان. بشرى لنا زاد أكاديمية للعلم كالأزهار في البستان.